Hello everyone and welcome back to Drives. Once again, I am Jesse, and this is part 2 of a video that I was supposed to have uploaded a while ago. A lot of stuff's come up. I've been pretty busy. Had a lot of things going on, as I always do, but not really too much of an excuse. I'm trying to get on a regular schedule doing this stuff, and hopefully we'll have these for you a little more frequently. However, now that we're here, we've got this video going, I'm starting to do some editing again. Still have a lot more to do, but for now, this is the part we're worried about. This road here, I'm honestly not entirely certain of the name of it. I do know that it goes off from Blue Ridge Road, which is the road from the previous video, and connects to the Upper Works Road near the Mount Marcy trailhead and the old National Lead Mine. Once again, it's a really fun road to drive, and the scenery out here is amazing, as you can see in the video. This was early winter once again, actually the same day as the previous video, so back in November-ish, I want to say. But you know, the road sometimes up here, when the frost gets real bad later in the year and early in the spring even, the frost heaves in the road, you get pretty bad, to be honest with you. If you got a truck or something else, or even for the most part a stock vehicle, that's not really too much of an issue as long as you drive sensibly and mind your manners a little bit, you know. It's not too big of a deal. As you can see, it doesn't have the best road maintenance in the world. And that's not speaking against the town of Newcomb or the State Highway Department where this is. It just, it's a hard road to take care of because nobody lives out here, and it's mostly just a tourist attraction. I would expect over the coming years, however, that it is going to get better. They're actually the old National Lead Mine that's at the end of this road, which I'll show you at the very, very end of this video, is actually being reopened, not for mining. They're actually going to reclaim a lot of the land, from what I understand. I had a wonderful talk with a forest ranger up here over the summer who explained that Preston Mining Company, I believe, owns the land now. They've got it in a some kind of deal that everybody voted on. Basically, it's a land exchange. The Adirondack State Park is giving them 1,500 acres. They're giving the Adirondack 1,500 acres somewhere else adjacent to the park. And when they're all done, they're going to give the Adirondack Park back the land that they're using at the mine. Now, the reason they're doing this is, I guess, from what I understand, again, this is hearsay. I wouldn't say it's strictly written in stone, but from what I understand, according to a forest ranger, is that they're bringing 500 million tons. I believe it was 500 million tons of DOT grade stone out of the mine. Because that's the only place I can find that quantity of stone in one place, and it's all going, I believe, down towards New York City somewhere. So basically, they're reclaiming the land and getting rid of the old, the old piles of rubble, which, in the end, I approve of. I think it's a very good thing. So, we'll see how it goes. But it's a very difficult road to be out on sometimes in the bad weather. In really bad weather, heavy storms, I really don't recommend going out on this road because it's probably one of the last places in Newcomb to get road maintenance done. However, still an excellent drive. In the summertime, it's amazing out here on this road. The fishing and the hunting spots on this road are great. You do have to be careful, however. There are several hunting clubs on this road. The Newcomb Sportsman's Club is on this road, and they own a huge tract of land, I believe, specifically on the left side of this road, although there is some on the right as well. And there's also another one, it may be part of the Satantoni Club. I'm not entirely 100% certain, but there are a couple of hunting clubs. So if you see posted signs, and if you see the hunting club signs, be respectful and be aware of it, and don't go out on there if you're not a member of the club. If you're a member of the club, by all means, go on out and have fun. If you're a member of the club, you know what it's all about up here, so I don't even really need to be telling you this. But again, a very good road, a very historical road, actually. There's quite a bit of history up here. There's a couple old towns that are, well, there's the town of Tahawus. You can spell it you can say it how you wish. I was raised saying it Tahawus. My mother actually grew up in Tahawus when she was a kid, so that's kind of what I stick to. the town of Tahawus doesn't exist anymore. Several people, actually most people I believe, get a little confused because there's the old town of Adirondack, which I'll show you in the next video. They think that is actually the town of Tahawus, and it is not. It is the old town of Adirondack. The town of right there, actually, no, that's not. That is part of the Newcomb Sportsman's Club land right there, though, however. The old town of Tahawus was actually buried under the mine rubble, and the National Lead Mining Company actually moved everybody, relocated everybody from the town of Tahawus to the town of Newcomb. I believe, if I'm not completely mistaken, that was at some point during the 60s or 70s. My timing may be a little bit off on that, but I believe that's about the right time frame. So the town of Tahawus doesn't exist. You're not going to find it. There is the Tahawus Club, there is the Newcomb Sportsman's Club, as I said, and there is, I believe, I think it's part of the Sat and Tony Club that's up here. And there's another one, too, whose name I cannot remember. It might be, actually, I believe it's the Opalescent Club, which is on the right side of the road here, because this is technically along the Opalescent River. So, bear that in mind. Don't go hunting for the town of Tahawus. You're not going to find it. I'm probably the last person on earth that knows where it is. So, don't go hunting. It doesn't exist. There's nothing to see. I promise I've been there. There's part of one old chimney, and that is it. The town of Adirondack, like I said, I will show you in my next video, is a really cool town to see. This is the road you have to take to get there. There is no other way there. It's just, this is it. This is the only way to go. So, you know, if you're going there, this is the way you're going to go. But as I said, I mean, the fishing and the hunting up here is amazing. The scenery is great. The views of the mountains, if you can see through the trees slightly on the right side of the video, that's actually, I believe, Mount Marcy directly ahead of me to the right. And just, if you really want to hike the high peaks from the long way in, this is the way to do it. This land here on the left is Newcomb Sportsman's Club land. It used to be a place called Ward's Sawmill years and years and years ago. My grandfather actually worked for them when it was alive and running in the 50s, I believe. Yeah, I decided to stop and have a little fun. You know, Subaru in the snow. Sometimes you have to do these things, I guess. But I actually had intended I had a friend with me when I was shooting this video, and I had actually intended to stop and walk across the street and show her a couple of things that were in the area, because there's an old beaver dam just down the street and whatnot. But we ended up not, because it was cold and she didn't so much want to get out of the car. Not that I can blame her. It was in the mid-teens the day I shot this video, if I remember correctly. So, but yeah, I mean, as you can see, just as with the last video, the scenery up here is ridiculously beautiful. This was actually, other than the temperature, this was a particularly nice day to be up there, because the sky was relatively clear. The clouds that were there weren't really obtrusive to the view, and it was a great day for a drive. The car was running great. The road conditions, yeah, there's snow on the road, but they weren't horribly slippery, surprisingly. And it was a lot of fun. I actually particularly had a lot of fun riding with my friend up here, and I'm hoping she accompanies me on a couple of more rides, because it was entertaining and fun. And believe me, if I left the audio in this video from when it was originally shot, you would probably piss yourself laughing or unsubscribe. I guess it could go either way, but I'm thinking you'd probably find it just as funny as we did. It's terrible. So yeah. Again, I mean, I know I said this in the last video, and I know I said it a lot, but this is like a little known gem of the Adirondacks as far as I'm concerned. You know, I don't see a lot of people up here from outside of the Adirondacks. I mean, as opposed to where you see where you see the quantity you would in like Lake Placid or, you know, places like that. This is just kind of quiet, secluded, and out of the way. And I think that's part of what keeps a lot of people out of here. But I really would like to see, you know, more tourist traffic up here to a certain extent, because I'd like more people to know about this area and actually, you know, get to learn about it and care about it, and, you know, want to preserve it as much as I do, because this really does need to be preserved. There is an organization up here doing some preservation. Again, I will show you on the next video. Of the old town of Adirondack that's here, and some of the old mining places that were up here. but still, it just on a civilian level outside of other organizations, it needs to be done. This road here on the left that I'm about to pass is actually the Upper Works Road that goes to the Marcy Trailhead and the old mine, not the National Lead Mine. The National Lead Mine is actually follow this around to the right side, which I don't go up there because it's posted, and you shouldn't. It's just off limits. But that's this week's episode of Drive. Let's Drive. What do I call this? Driven Roads. Yes, Driven Roads. So hopefully you enjoyed the drive, and I guess as always we'll see you guys out there on the road.